Welcome back. You're watching Business Today here on KTN News, and with me, Joy Doreen Bira. In studio this afternoon, would like to focus our attention on digital marketing trends in the country today. A lot of us run brands, or at least own certain brands, and sometimes it takes time for you to build a company or to build your brand. But once you get there, how exactly do you manage it? And that's where digital marketing comes in. When it's a company, you need to know what exactly it is that your clients' needs are. But now to help us understand fully more about digital marketing and the trends in the market today, we are joined by Mark Obar, who is from the Standard Digital here at the Standard Media Group. Thank you so much for joining us, Mark.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so when people talk about digital marketing trends, maybe some people don't even understand what exactly that is. Can we take it from the top? When we talk about digital marketing trends, what are we talking about?
Basically, these are promotional and management tools which are within the platform of the digital marketing framework, using digital technology that can be based from computer applications right to mobile applications. And it's now trending like the modern technology now even covers genetical coding, which is also still under the applications, the computer applications.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, in Kenya, how exactly would you place the uptake of digital marketing?
No, I would look at it statistically. Basically, Kenya has got a penetration, mobile phone penetration, which is higher than the other countries in the region. And even within the framework of the mobile phones, we have around 67% of smartphone penetration, which is quite bigger than even the entire region, which is still at around 40%. Now, what people need to understand is that having the right tool for this marketing strategy or the marketing spectrum is very much important. Today, people have less computers, but more of mobile phones. And there is a trend that is shifting right from computers to people's personalized mobile phones, which is very key, especially when it comes to putting out messages there, because people want private messages that are delivered to them as a person, and that is quite important, especially when you look at it in terms of a strategy that is working for you.
All right, and that is when we now bring in the SMS Gateway system. So how important is it, and how best can companies and maybe different brands use the SMS Gateway system to market their content, to market their brands, to market their companies, to market different products and services?
It starts from knowing your customers, or it starts from you knowing the potential customers. And by knowing them, you need to know in terms of demographics, where are they, who are they, what do they need, how can this product reach them, and how can you convince them? Now, people tend to believe on things that appeal to them. So how are you going to appeal to people? And most importantly, how are you going to reach these guys? Because knowing them is one thing. Having their contacts to reach them is quite another thing. And so it's important to know that even before you begin developing strategies on how to reach them, you need to know who they are, and having essential connection tools like their contacts, their phone numbers, and all that. But there are also regulations that have been provided by the Communication Authority of Kenya on how to reach these people. The most important aspect is to have them subscribe to the service. It means that you are also going into partnership with some other platforms or media platforms like TV, radio, and all that. For example, today people sell a lot of land, but they reach these people on their mobile phones. But first of all, before they reach them on their mobile phones, they have to take the advert out there to the radio stations or TV stations, who are going to tell people that, hey, we have a mobile application which you can download, and after downloading this mobile application, you can subscribe to our services, and you can know our rates, so that whenever we have any land somewhere that we are selling, then you need to understand, you need to react to it in terms of, I like it, how can I buy it, and such like services.
So we've seen product placement, maybe banners on websites, and you know, on different other, maybe they actually also pop-ups on maybe people's mobile phones. But how important are they, and how do they turn around any company or any brand in terms of getting returns?
A country like Kenya is growing quite fast in terms of the digital spectrum, which is very much important for the country. But in some other countries, if you look at statistics, they are still lagging behind. But for a country like Kenya, you would want to, people would want, first of all, I'm not going to the website to look for adverts. That will never happen. People will go to the website for something else, but then they will get adverts from that website. So first of all, you have content that can take them there. However, there are service-oriented applications, computer applications, or websites that can easily help them, that people know actually that if I'm going to KCB, a mobile app, then I'm only going to take a loan or to understand certain services that are offered there. So there is quite something different. But the gateway, a major gateway in this is to understand that the idea of how can I pull people to understanding this. For example, on Standard Digital, we are content driven. We put content out there for people. Means that we have news content, videos, and articles that you can look at, watch, or read. Now, in the process, you will meet adverts there. It means that the first drive is to get certain content, and after that, you need to meet certain advert there, which will impress you, and in the process, you will respond to it. Now, people can respond negatively or positively to an advert which has been placed somewhere on any application. But there is also the logic, what we refer to as the digital psychology, digital audience psychology, which is quite important in this, understanding the psychology of the majority of the people. Before I came here, I was looking at the statistics in terms of what are the trending topics. And I realized that Kenyans, for example, love politics a lot. Like 18% of our content that is consumed by the digital audience is on politics, then entertainment, the news, and all that. So in the whole of this, you need to know what do I put to get who at what time.
All right. And so, you know, how exactly do you convert all of this? Because you gave the example of Standard Digital. How does a company or any brand whatsoever capitalize on the attention or the traffic that they are getting online with digital marketing?
It really depends with the goals that the company wants to achieve. If it's just for the sake of maybe putting the products out there, it's easier. But a certain, depending on even organizations, leave alone even the business people, but even certain organizations like the human rights organizations, civil rights society groups can also come up with their mobile applications that are service-oriented to their particular goals that they really want to achieve. So it's important for any person to first of all understand what do you really want to achieve. And when you understand what you want to achieve, then you can employ the exact strategy for getting people understand whatever you wanted to do.
Right.
For example, when you talk about banks, for example, banks, today nearly every bank has got a mobile application. But then mobile application that today we have in banks probably is only offering service information. It means that you're reading about the loans, you're reading about transactions, and probably you can do some little transactions. But then there is also the other aspect of this, especially if you want to deter things like corruption, you want to deter things like some vices within the community, especially those that can easily be prevented using technology. Then even a bank can develop a mobile application that can integrate certain other systems to a point that it stops or at least bars certain vices, like bridging the gap between sanity and the services that are being offered. And this can take place in many forms. One of the forms is that today we have mobile applications that can even balance your budget in terms of giving you what you need. And after giving you what you need, then you can subscribe for further notifications on the same service that you need. It means that it will keep on reminding you depending on when you want that service to be offered to you. So the most important thing for the people who really need this kind of service, especially in the digital marketing, is to understand what you really exactly you want and the problem that you're suffering from.
Okay, so let's talk about damage control. And a lot of times we see different brands and companies as well making mistakes online, either in their statements or in whatever content that they're putting out there. But then again, they need to do damage control immediately after that. Or maybe a company has, made losses in the past maybe 5 years, and they also want to make it seem like everything is not as bad as it seems. How do companies go about damage control when they want to clear out something in digital marketing?
It's very tricky, but still it bounces back to honesty and professionalism. One, if you have people, or you have a good team, you're likely to achieve something good.
Yeah.
If you have a team that is half-baked, probably you will have problems. But the biggest problem with the digital marketing and digital media in general is the fact that there are a number of mistakes. But the good thing with it also is that you can easily rectify some of these mistakes. Now, the damages will always be there, but it also takes professionals to respond to it and act appropriately. Because you realize that at times, when these damages occur, you need people who are proactive and who understand them. Certain damages are so serious. For example, if somebody hacks into your website, or hacks into your server and all that, how do you respond to it? You need people who really understand how to rectify these, probably by synchronization and with different capacities or user levels. You can create systems with user levels such that before somebody gets to the point of maybe creating certain damages, at least it can be stopped or it has been identified and somebody is acting upon it immediately.
Okay. And so as we come to an end, which are the more marketable trends when it comes to digital marketing? Are there specific trends that we look at and say these are the indicators to show the success of digital marketing anywhere around the world?
First of all, I want to give you an example. Digital marketing is not just about products, but it's about brands, it's about personalities.
Yes.
You look at US today, they're having elections and they're really responding to it on the digital platform than ever before. In the last elections, maybe only President Obama used it quite extensively, but today everyone else is using it. Now, responding to it, when you respond to it quite well, especially with regards to the market space that you have in terms of market size and all that. When you see people coming for the same products, either through just by making inquiries, that is very much important. Because by knowing that people are looking for this product, you can have another strategy of holding them. Now, when you hold them, it means that you can give them what they can consume, which is your services, the services that you are offering or the kind of products that you are offering around. And so the most important thing is how people respond. Now, people will never go to products online, products which somebody is talking badly about them. People will tend to ignore. But if somebody talks well about a certain product or a certain service that they received online, that is a very good indication that it's working. But again, technology is developing. People should try.
So what is more sellable? Is it visual or, motion kind of digital marketing? Or is it, graphical kind of marketing or infographic kind of marketing? Which one is more sellable for today's generation?
I think the most sellable today is infographic, which is very much important. It can include videos or just visual presentations through charts and all that. And people don't need long things. Today people need very short stuff, which has got the entire information that they can consume within minutes.
All right, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, how long should it be?
Around maximum 3 minutes.
Maximum 3 minutes.
Yes.
All right, thanks a lot, Mark. Mark Obar is from the Standard Digital team, and he was here talking to us about the digital marketing trends in Kenya and around the world and what sells better.